track in the top 5 is Crucial Taunt from Wayne's World.
Yes.
The lead singer of the band is Cassandra. Tia Carrera. Wayne's great love interest. The woman that inspires the song Dreamweaver whenever she comes by.
They're one of the few that made this list of playing only cover songs.
Right.
Because they're not playing any original songs. They do a Jimi Hendrix song. They do
Ballroom Blitz, which is just
fantastic.
Like, I think that's like the definitive version of that song at this point. It's just so great.
Mm-hmm. And in a movie with so much great music about a couple rock bands, you gotta have a great band in it.
And Tia Carrera, she just, like, as they say in the movie, she wails.
She wails.
I see a man in the back, it's a matter of fact, his eyes are as red as the sun. And a girl in the corner that no one ignores, 'cause she thinks she's the passionate one. Oh, yeah! It was like lightning, everybody was frightening, and the music was soothing, and the house started grooving. Oh, yeah! The man in the back said everyone attacked and it turned into a ballroom dance. And the girl in the corner said, boy, I wonder what you did, it'll turn into a ballroom dance, ballroom dance.
Stillwater. Now, Stillwater is fascinating because when they started filming this movie, none of the guys, Billy Crudup,
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous, yeah. None of these guys knew how to play instruments.
Right.
None of them had ever played an instrument before. And they basically put them through this intensive training where they taught Billy Crudup to play guitar in like 2 months.
Did Jason Lee do his own vocals?
Jason Lee, yeah, they taught Jason Lee how to sing. They taught the bass player how to play bass. They taught the drummer, because these were actors they cast. They weren't musicians. And you listen to the songs and you watch them perform. And if you play guitar like myself, you watch that and you go. Pretty much.
Yeah. And, essentially, Stillwater is, it's a combination of many bands, but it's a stand-in for Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And their big song in the movie is Fever Dog, which is a really pretty kick-ass song. Beaters.
From the film
The thing you do. Change to the Wonders to avoid confusion. This was Tom Hanks's debut as a writer-director. And he pretty much did everything on this movie. He co-wrote some of the songs. Like, he was like everything on this movie. He acted in it. And it was just this kind of great tribute to the whole 50s rock scene and the classic story arc of a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
And That Thing You Do is just a phenomenal song.
The title song of the movie, yep. It's a great period song. The part that really stood out for me was when they start playing the song, it's like this slow ballad.
Right.
And, they're trudging through it, and the drummer's like, man, this is not working.
Yeah, he just picks up the tempo.
But he hears it in his head, he's like, this is not how this song should be played.
Right.
And as soon as he picks up the tempo, they become this sensation.
Right.
So it's a major plot point in there, and then he kind of like ends up sowing some seeds of resentment in the band and whatnot.
Right.
So great film, and the songwriter too is great.
Right. I can't remember his name. He's in what's the name of the band? Fountains of Wayne.
Okay.
He is. He's in Fountains of Wayne. Okay, the Soggy Bottom Boys from Oh Brother Where Art Thou. Now here's a case where you had a fictional band that became a national phenomenon. Like the album sold, I think it was more successful than the movie. Like
yeah, it won. I think it won the Grammy for album of the year.
Yeah,
and it was very deserving of that. The band is actually, I forget the musician's name. It's not George Clooney.
No, they just don't sing at all. But
yeah.
What's the name of the song? Something Sorrow.
We suck.
We suck. We'll just have the song like pop up here.
We'll have the song title. There'll be bubbles going, idiot.
Idiot. Yay.
I'll see it right here. Right?
Yeah.
There.
Right there.
Morons.
But no, it was Oh Brother Where Art Thou is a phenomenal movie, but it's kind of just one of those things where it became this huge thing, and you just never would have expected it, because it doesn't seem like the kind of music that would catch on in 2000. But it struck a chord.
Proving, I think, that we should all have faith that good music
will prevail.
I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my days. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised, the place where he was born and raised.
And the number one, really? Is there any question?
Yeah, I don't. If you haven't guessed it by now,
it's pretty much whenever I talk to people about this list, they say, "What, is there any other band other than Spinal Tap?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there are.
There are,
but Spinal Tap is the one.
There are, but there doesn't have to be.
There doesn't have to be, because there is Spinal Tap from This Is Spinal Tap, Rob Reiner's great mockumentary. Not the first mockumentary, but kind of like the signature template for all other mockumentaries.
What they managed to do is capture exactly what life is like for a working band of any genre.
Right.
Spinal Tap is like a hair metal, totally cheesy 80s
band.
But, it goes through a history. You see them in their
Beatle-esque phase.
You see their skiffle phase,
the
their
psychedelic
phase, the psychedelic phase. But it really, the genre is kind of beside the point. It's just, as any musician will tell you, there are some cringeworthy moments.
Right. It's the movie that every band says they have on their tour bus, and they watch it and they laugh, but they also cringe because they know it's so accurate. And that's such a rare thing for a comedy movie, to be funny but yet also be incredibly accurate.
And in one of the most classic scenes, the Stonehenge scene was actually based on a real life experience from Black Sabbath, who brought a Stonehenge monument on tour that was too big to fit into any venue they played at. So they just kind of reversed that, and, you'll see.
And oh, how they danced, the little children of Stonehenge, beneath the haunted moon, for fear that daybreak might come too soon.